in a shallow grave off a trail about a half a mile from where Chelsea parked her car was indeed a body. And they do believe the body of Chelsea King.
It's an area that we had been searching extensively.
An arrest has been made. John Albert Gardner III arrested. He's a convicted sex offender.
If we had a tiger loose from the zoo, we would all rush around until that tiger was caught. But we have predators, human predators out there. We know they're dangerous. We know they're sick. But we let them live in our communities and we keep no eye on them.
This could have been my children. It could have been me. I run on the trail.
I just knew that it was something bad.
To psychotherapist Jonathan Alpert joining us out of New York. You know, we're talking about this case where a judge sentences this guy to 6 years a couple of years ago. He did 5 of the years. He could have gotten 10 years behind bars. And the reason the prosecutor said he agreed to it is because he didn't want the victim to testify. But isn't it true, Jonathan Alpert, that victims testifying, and I went through this many, many times with rape victims and sex assault victims, child molestation victims, that they ultimately feel empowered, that they testify. Don't you believe that by encouraging them not to testify, it starts a feeling of shame that somehow what happened was their fault?
Nancy, I agree with you. When a victim testifies, there's a strong sense of empowerment, and to not allow that, we're just perpetuating the victim mentality, and that's not in the interest of the victim at all.
And long story short, Jonathan Alpert, psychotherapist joining us out of New York, if he had gotten 10 years at that sentencing, this girl, Chelsea King, would be alive tonight.
It's a relief that this monster has been removed from hurting Chelsea anymore and anyone else that's out there.
It is not easy for a 13-year-old child to go into court and face the person that raped her. It is not an easy thing to do. And I don't know why they're making it that it would be empowering. It's not necessarily empowering. When I was 13 years old, my mother's boyfriend broke into the apartment that we lived in. My mother wasn't home. He was drunk. And he started slashing everything in the house, and my brother was sleeping on the sofa. And he came down with a knife from a picture that this man had painted, and it was about 4 foot high by about 5 foot long. Beautiful painting on plywood, a oil painting. And he came down and slashed the painting going down over the couch and was going to slash my brother. He was drunk. And I called the police. And I had him arrested. And I had to go in front of the grand jury and testify. And I was scared to death. I didn't feel empowered whatsoever. And I remember walking around even after he got out of jail, looking around the corner, wondering if he was going to come back. So no, not every child can testify in court against a person that harmed them, whether it be rape, molestation, a man walking into the house and going to slash everything and possibly would have killed my mother if she was home and almost slashed my brother. So no, it's not easy. It's not easy.